Hi there, welcome to Carcassonne. It's the Belgian Carcassonne Online Championship 2026. Yeah, 2026, because the group stage takes place this year, but the playoffs will take next year. So final somewhere at end of January, early February, maybe. We are for now in Group A. The match is Nicedicer versus 71Knives. There was a match played which finished just minutes ago between Joran de Ridder and Besje, where Besje won 2-1. So they are at 5 matches won. And Joran then has 14-7, so a +7 div, and basis div is +4 right now, which has implications on the match we will witness. Well, the gist is Nicedicer needs to win, else he quite surely is out of contention. 71Knives still has other options, but winning in this match here would definitely propel him into the top 3, or quite definitely. I mean, 71Knives should be the favorite in this group. I would have considered Nicedicer to fight for a playoff ticket as well, considering he placed in the top 3 of online or offline championships. I don't really remember, but in recent years of at least. So we'll see. Will be hopefully an interesting matchup. Meanwhile, there's also the match between Moby Dick and Fabian Mouton running. Fabian, I think, lost yesterday, the first one after sweeping of 4 matches to 0. Mode, that's Moby Dick, is definitely going to make the playoffs with a record of a 7-0. Let's see if she'll be able to sweep the group completely. So as for statistics, here's Nicedicer's rating evolution, top rating in the upper 600s, achieved multiple times. Seems to oscillate between 600 something and 490. Sorry. Yeah, definitely a good player, not a strong or great one, else they would have achieved more. 71Knives, I don't know. I would perceive them as slightly better than Nicedicer, at least from what I've seen from these two in the past, but I might be wrong there as well. So let's just hope. Ooh. Am I that late, or are they that fast? Well, a mix of both. So we missed a few moves here. Let's check. Okay, so vanilla, then these 2 daggers. Looks all fine. Situation at hand is very problematic for yellow already. They need the same right-handed dagger in 2 places. And even if they get it, Blue's Monastery would profit as well. So this doesn't look great for 71Knives, which is Carl Verheiden. So let me check the stats in the meantime. So according to Carcassonne Belgium's website, Nicedicer was runner-up of the online Carcassonne Championship in 2022, and gained bronze medal in 24 and 25. whereas Carl, so 71Knives, won the online championship in 2024, won the live championship in 23. Yep. So indeed, both strong players. Yellow defended their city here, was still hoping to at least get one dagger, possibly then claiming a road as well, or maybe even a field if this gets expanded somewhere. We'll see. For now, it looks more or less equalish. Yeah, blue preferred to attack yellow's road as they hope to claim this completely with another curvy up there. So looks to me like yellow has to create problems over here. They try, but blue gets to defend, and if they don't opt to create problems for yellow's monastery, which would be a double-edged sword, due to still two starting tiles remaining in the deck, and an option for yellow to then claim the 6-point city if they happen to draw one of the two starting tiles. They prefer just to protect the road attack, and I think that's totally fine. Yellow connects here, equalizes this city, thought a few seconds about taking the road as well, but in this case, I get why they didn't. Just keeping the two meeples in hand might definitely be okay. I think it's time to close these 2 points here, just to take away another obstruction. But it's the other kind of dagger, so wouldn't even be that problematic, and therefore maybe just taking the points here, maybe trying to create problems here, possibly this way around. But they opt to protect the monastery, to save at least 3 tiles to close there, which, well, in some cases isn't ideal, as you'd love to get a crossroad to prevent yellow taking over the shared road completely, which they did. Did I say yellow? Definitely meant blue. Yeah, but it's definitely not over. There is this juicy possible 9-point field, which currently is in blue's possession, but yellow might very well take this over. For now, they could claim this road with the intention to close a loop here. Again, a double-edged sword, because this would, of course, create a much bigger field, but maybe this could work out for you. The problem is blue definitely is the side with the meeple majority here, and quite likely will be due to this situation at the bottom, unless yellow were to draw both daggers or get their other meeples back in rapid succession, which I don't expect. Especially this one here on the left side will stay there for a longer time. But maybe you just get to close this one and create problems for blue city up top, and you might be able to force meeple equality, and equality in the case of a big field sometimes just is good enough. So the ideal continuation for yellow seems to be a straight and then farming this one, hoping to close with the road with a curve. Yeah, it's a bit iffy due to there being 5 curves left, and it looks like it'll die now, as yellow might just opt to get their road meeple back while also adding an option to attack blue city. They sure could indirectly protect over here. Like this is better. In this case, you only have the starting tile to protect your city, but is it worth protecting the city? There are only 2 daggers left, and if you get one, you close this city anyway. So this here might just die, and it's what it is. Yeah, still a few points down, so claiming the 3-point road, getting the monastery meeple back, and then later take care of blue's field should be the move here, and in many cases might work fine for them. Actually, I don't see the reason for this one. When there also was an option like this here, restricting this square, which yellow could use as platform to, for one, take a 6-point field, and on the other hand, create problems for your city. Yeah, that's exactly the thing that's happening now. Yellow with a slight lead. There are still 2 road monasteries left, which would fit very nicely into this place to score 8 for the monastery plus 3 for the field unication on yellow's scoreboard here. For now, pretty sure they should just equalize. Blue city. Yellow just got the second splitter, so none left in the deck. We'll see. Okay, farmer even? Or do you go for the city? Wow. He goes all in on the farm, hoping to draw at least one of the road monasteries. Doesn't mind leaving this 8-point city up for grabs. If blue gets it, it would at least temporarily only be a 2-point move and also endanger blue's city left of it. And it's a tricky decision for Nicedicer. If it were way earlier in the game, something like this, so more or less a self-invasion and creating a larger city, would be a good idea, but there are only 3 Doritos left, and in an ideal world, you would use 2 Doritos to close this one, and therefore that's not really an option. There are still the 2 daggers remaining, so they could opt for this one here. They don't. They rather kill yellow's city meeple for good. Also, restrict their own city attack to 2 big city tiles, to 3 big city tiles. One was drawn by yellow immediately, which takes away, rather kills blue city indirectly, as there are no splitters left. If blue connects here and there, it's dead now due to the dagger being drawn by blue afterwards. But blue, of course, just took the 8 points immediately, didn't care about this one. This might end up as a ruin and would score, or could score, in the double digits as well. Meanwhile, yellow then claimed this city, which prompted blue to take the upper field for 6 points, and of course a chance to attack the main field. Yellow united their small 2 fields with blue's bigger field to take this one over. Yeah, under threat by blue, but there is still an option to equalize this attack and keep the lead on this field here. Blue doubles down on this attack, which is only a 50-50, as there is only 1 regular monastery remaining, as 71Knives just drew the 3rd one. So it's definitely not a reckless move. It's just a tough luck that your opponent just got one of your outs. So it was roughly Nicedicer second player, so 72%, 71%, something like that at this point in time to draw on the monastery. Now it's down to, I don't know, 46, 47, something like that. It might be even less. Yellow takes away another monastery spot, which could have been used later with the road monastery. I don't think it's to their advantage, because they are the only side who could still get a meeple back, this one here, if they get a dagger, and then they'd be the side who would be more likely to use this monastery spot. But they want to reduce the volatility here, and therefore they just took it away. They are the side leading by a large margin even. And looks like the only chance for blue was to take over this field to still win this game, and therefore yellow just went all in on the field, took away 1 attacking option. There are still others. Blue could, until the last move, of course, use a ninja attack, but they just killed yellow's advancing armor there. So blue needs the monastery to tie the field. And then, let's see, field is worth 18 right now. Blue scores 6, yellow scores 6 over here. So basically, if blue gets the monastery, they should win. Yeah, down 21, monastery is worth 8. And the unification would score net 18 points for them. But not if yellow gets a meeple back, which they just did. So now blue is down 24. This connection here would score 26. So they need to get the monastery, and between now and getting the monastery, ideally need to outscore yellow by some points, else the +2 lead they'd gain with the monastery definitely won't be enough. There are loads of options for yellow to score at least 3 points on their last turn. Or you go for the complete field takeover, putting all your eggs in one basket, hoping to get this one and the monastery, but that only works in so few cases that it's, I think, unlikelier than just claiming the monastery. Okay. And maybe just getting the quadruple city tile to expand your ruin on the left side. So it's 26 for yellow. Blue gets the monastery. And oh, damn it. These are 7 cities. I think I missed this one, right? So it wasn't a 26-point move, but a 29-point move for blue, winning the game. Yeah, was there any option for yellow even in the end here to prevent this? Doesn't really look like it, but I might be able to check this after the match. At least if Nicedicer wins the second. If this goes the length of 3 games, I might not be able to. Because at 10 a.m., as I've mentioned in the description, a CCL Q4 second place match between Nallerheim and Defteen will take place, and I'd really like to cover that one from the get-go. I hope these two will play a tad faster than in the first one. Else I might have to split the view here. Yeah, yellow thought whether it would be good to leave this open and just claim the second city on the board. Just in case you get an extender like that, I'd rather have an open city. And you take away the chance from blue to claim this one here, and in some cases would even force your opponent to add tiles to your city or one of your cities. So in case of just a 2-point city for now, possible 6-point city if closed, I might have opted to take this one even. But looks like it worked out for yellow for now. Um, 6 meeples in hand. Why don't you claim the city? What? No. No, 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 no. Sure, yellow was able to kill your road, but that would endanger their city as well. And you had the great chance to at least, if they threaten to kill your road, do it yourself, but pull yellow's city meeple into this abyss as well. So closing your opponent's city, leaving the empty cap lying there. I think that price is too steep to save this one. Whoa, that's volatile as volatile can be here in the early going by Nicedicer. Yeah, sure. Now there's this great setup, and if he gets the road monastery, it might be worth it. Yeah, next field attack is gonna happen somewhere, quite likely now with this curve here by yellow. Of course, a meeple, not a dead one. And blue then might attack from the right side, because this would also add pressure on yellow city. You have 4 meeples. Okay. It's a loop road, yeah, sure. Blue isn't that likely to go here, but if they get their hands on something curvy, they might, just to take, or not take away the monastery spot. There are still road monasteries, sure, but reduce the chances of yellow going for the ideal option here, which is creating the loop road and a monastery spot to liberate their monk while starting a new monastery here. And it looks like blue did exactly that. Nice move by them. Not, at least for some folks, not easy to pull the trigger on a move like that if you have a cap in hand that could have been used to either claim a city or the field there. The field would have been a mistake, but who knows? Yellow closes their city, adds a second farmer. Sorry, blue's third farmer is over here. Goes for the monastery, will take the monastery. Yeah, blue gets The road monastery. Oh man. This will be such an epic field fight if yellow completes the left monastery. Else, this looks like a sweep by blue just due to their meeple advantage alone. Without these two, yellow quite likely won't have the firepower to withstand blue's attacks on this huge field. And I mean, right now it's at, let me count, not that I miss a city again. At 18 points, this one here might get close, so this would be 21. This one here, quite surely will be taken sometime with the Dorito, maybe even the road Dorito like that. Yeah, so there are still options to add more points to it. Blue doesn't take the immediate 4, instead goes for the double restriction possibility, double kill possibility, which I actually like. This is the right priority, and this here is dead. Oh, this looks pretty bad for yellow, even though they are up by 9 points on the virtual scoreboard. Have a good shot at increasing that lead by closing their city. This basically takes away an option for yellow to attack the field again, but at this point with this score, I would have liked blue to take the city on the left side. Or do something like that. Create an option to attack your opponent's most promising feature. Or maybe just add another farmer. Could have gone for this. Bit sketchy to leave this there, but yellow has only the 1 meeple in hand. So if they use a Dorito, they might need to wait for some time, and this delay could be very positive news for blue. So for now, yellow goes after this connection square, tries to prevent blue from taking over the, for now, shared main field. Yeah, this takes away a lot of connection options, but there are still many in the deck. The remaining rows was just one example. So now blue is in sole possession of this 18-point field, but they are only up by 1 point. There are still 4 caps to close yellow city on the right side and a lot of curves to liberate the monk. They just got one. Blue takes away this 4-point road, also takes away many options for yellow to close their city and attack the field at the same time, as only 2 starting tiles are still in the deck. And if yellow happens to go on this field, blue might be able to kill this option immediately with a lot of pieces in the deck. This square isn't dead. And there are still 2 daggers to go over here, so this here is the better move between these two. Even though yellow should restrict your city now, it's not the left-handed dagger yellow needs. Over here it would be the right-handed one, and they prefer to attack the field. Okay. Looks like blue's thinking about this one, but that would be a trap. With the dagger, yellow would connect and shut out blue's meeple there. So in this case, if yellow connects here, blue should in many cases get an option to immediately re-attack. And if not, there are other options. There's this one, again, still 2 daggers left. So the chance to connect here would be roughly 75%. There were at least the ninja option and some options over here as well. This one just nixed by yellow. Now they close their city, don't go for the field, which opens this attacking option. Blue doesn't take it, prefers to score 3 points. Yeah, there are still 11 moves left for them. We'll see. Will yellow connect now? Or will they double down on the attack, or just take this monastery square, which would increase the field's worth by 6, but open up other attacking options again. So they can't go for this. They can't with the meeple minority. So they just take 2 points. Yeah, keep the meeples in hand. They quite likely will need them. Oh yeah, blue attacks over here. This is even way better than the options I mentioned. And there are 4 curves left. And there's even an outside chance to connect all the way on the left side. Very unlikely to happen though, because you'd need something like this here. And there are too many way better options to attack the field to go for this here. Yeah, yellow, will you go for one of these? I'd take this one in a heartbeat. There's only 1 dagger left over here, so this here I would have loved 2 starting tiles and have the meeple in hand to claim the 5-point road. So I definitely would have preferred this move over just taking 2 points. In the end, it'll come down to the field anyway. Or won't it? How many cities are we having? 7 for now. And it's a 3 versus 3. So this looks very much like yellow has to go for a fieldless win, as it's very likely that blue would connect with both farmers and take a 5-3 supermajority on the main field. Meeple the cap, man. Meeple the cap. There are still so many caps out there, and you can't afford leaving 4 points around for your opponent to claim if a game is tied like this. Yeah, yellow immediately restricts this, also creates an option to attack the field again with one of the former remaining 4 curves. Now it's down to 2. Blue claimed the open city cap, and it looks to me like yellow would rather like to tie the field and not go for a fieldless win. I mean, sure, fieldless would be tough, but at -3 with equal meeples in hand, definitely possible. Claim the field. Just take away the 6-pointer from your opponent. You have the 2 meeples in hand. There is no reason not to. You still have the 1 meeple. You don't need any more meeples for the main field, quite likely. So just take it. Ooh, he doesn't. Okay. Well, then the door is open again for yellow. Blue takes away field attacking option and then claims the 6-point field. Okay. This is the last monastery, and there is no great spot. So yellow quite likely just takes the field. There are still caps out there to expand this. Blue kills this square, which, yeah, sure, but it doesn't really matter. Now you have the supermajority on the main field. You don't really need to protect it. But there was this city, which you could have, that's the wrong one, could have killed. It's not killed. There was still 1 dagger to claim it. Yeah, now let's see. The only thing for yellow to do is kill this one. Even though it doesn't matter, they don't. And then they lose by 5 and not by 2. By 3, as blue would have added 1 point to their road. Yeah, my Dutch isn't really great, but I think that translates to finally I'm able to win a match against you. Well, let's check. Yeah, more or less. Now let's see if there's any post-mortem stuff. Yeah, they need to abandon the 3rd game. That's correct as well. Let's check on Fabian and Maud. And wow, Maud won a clean 2-0 versus Fabian as well, taking all 8 matches in the group stage. This I don't get. I went on to say something. Oh. Let's see. And then we still have a few minutes left, so I'd like to take a look at the first endgame. Let's see if they have anything to say. So let's go to game 1, unless they have anything. 71Knives plays his next match in 30 minutes, so then I'll keep an eye on that as well. Let's pick who's home player, 71Knives, so we have the same colors again. And let's take a look. Can't even remember what happened there. What did I want to check? Yeah, the situation of yellow in this game. Did they need to go for this attack? Because it clearly cost them the game. When did they place this? A move ago, so let's skip back. So here we go. Yellow is up by 26. Yeah, the field is definitely worth 21, not 18, as I had said earlier. So if blue gets the monastery, then they would get 8 points for the monastery, considering they quite likely will keep the meeple in hand to meeple the monastery, plus the 21 points of the main field. Technically only 15, but yellow's meeple over here would lose the 6 points here, as well as does blue's meeple up top. So these two equal each other, and then it's no big deal. Just account the main field for 21. So it would be a 31 point. 29-point swing in blue's favor for +3. Yeah, what do you do in an instance like that when there are still a lot of tiles out there? I'm pretty sure the answer definitely isn't going all in on this connection with 2 immediate killing pieces out there, and at least a few that would limit your connection to 2 pieces. So basically you could use a dagger like this to restrict yellow to 2 curves and the road monastery, so 3 pieces, or you could turn it like that, and then yellow would need one of the 2 remaining straights at the cost of creating a road which you might be able to take, you in this case being blue, might be able to take with a road monastery or horse, although wouldn't really matter. If yellow wins the field, they quite likely would win this game, as then the difference would be akin to the one on the virtual scoreboard for now, but I still don't think they need to attack this right now. The problem might be what to do if you don't go there. As you'd rather not dump the cap somewhere where it could be taken by blue. That's a bit tricky, but actually you could even go for a move like that. Killing the square, yeah, killing your options to connect to the main field, but that doesn't matter. Oh, damn it. Yellow isn't connected over here. They aren't on a 6-point field, so they'd only lose 3 points. And then turns out the 18-point swing I talked about at least in this situation was correct, but later on yellow connected here and then both had 6-point fields. Slight correction. Sorry about that mistake. So yellow could consider this one. They could go here, but then there would be 2 daggers left to claim this, which again, I don't like. This here would also open up this option, and that might be not so bad. Might even be way better than it looks, because just consider blue getting the monastery. With these 4 liberation pieces, they should take it, but then this is their last meeple. And you just created the perfect re-attacking option over there, which is at least now unblockable. Yeah, so why not consider this one? Looks not bad to me, but yellow didn't. They went for this option at plus 25 now, because they gifted 1 point to blue. They still have the 75% shot at getting this dagger back, a dagger to get the city meeple back. So it's not of the end of the world if they lose this meeple on a 0-point field. But I still don't think it's necessary. If there's this 26-point swing out there. But if it's successful, and it very well might be, with 5 immediate connection pieces out of 12 tiles, 13 tiles, this would have been game winning right then and there, quite likely, because if yellow had managed to connect, blue would need to invest another meeple to even be able to tie the farm, and tying the farm without getting the monastery doesn't work for them. So maybe this is the right priority after all. Yeah, good question. I don't know. I think I would have gone for a simpler move, creating another option. just not banking my game on this connection, which it isn't due to the dagger again, but well, let's check. Oh, yellow doesn't have a meeple in hand, so they just dumped a second cap somewhere, which could indirectly extend on their side of the ruin. Maybe that was the intention. I actually wouldn't have minded to take the cap just so there's only one empty cap on the board and not two when there are still 3 caps in the deck. So possible 8 points for blue, possibly scored before their monastery connection. Yeah, here's the field extension to 6 by yellow. Who claims this one? And at this point in time, looks like yellow should have set up this one here to attack the field if this here happens. Looks like this might be the better option because at the top they need the dagger, which they need to even get a chance of another field invasion because they don't have the meeple in hand. So this here seems to be the move. Having these 4 pieces here left to mount an attack. But of course, trouble is blue has the meeple in hand and might even go for this, because if blue manages to add a 4th farmer, they would win the game as well. Because then they'd not just tie this field, but take it over completely. Yeah, this creates the ninja option. This here does nothing. It's rather, it does nothing. Why prevent the connection over here, which would take away these 6 points from your opponent? If you connect them as well. So why take care of this? I think you could have gone for this actually, but why do so? I mean, I've talked about this one earlier. And then the rest we've witnessed, and now I have to cut this stream to go to the next one. So I'll see you on the other side for the CCL Q4 second place match between Nallerheim and Devdin in a few seconds. Thanks for tuning in. See you.